What's up, people? We are back live. So yeah, as the video has said, the unique drink guru I think is going to return. I've been talking to Vladdy a bit, and so many people still kind of always doing the drinks. I'm still always looking for weird drinks, and I thought that it's going to have to come back. I like the unique drink. I'm just trying to get the lighting correct in here. And Evie, would you mind turning on the dimmer just a little? We'll see if we can just adjust it. So, yeah, the unique drink guru is going to go ahead and come back. That's pretty good right there, I think. Yeah, that helps out. So, but Evie happened to be out, and she found some drinks, and she brought them. Well, I'm not doing the unique drink guru tonight, but to give you guys a little preview of what's going to be happening. Hello, Anne. Hello. So, yeah, the unique drink guru is going to come back, but Evie found some drinks, and I wanted to try them right now with you guys. So, what Evie found was some new Monster drinks. So look at these. These are the new Monsters that are out, and they're called Monster Hydro. And there's two of them. And Evie found them, and I was like, man, look at that. And she's like, you know, Vladdy's been talking so much about he wants the unique drink guru to come back. And people still buy me weird drinks, and I still love finding weird drinks to try for the first time in these very small. It's still one of my favorite things to do. So I think, though, that if we're still doing that, we might as well bring the unique drink guru back. But for a preview, we're going to try out these new Monster Hydros that Evie was so gracious enough to pick out. And it has a cool thing on the back. Evie, do you want to read it? Yeah, read it for us, Evie. Come on, let's get Evie in here. Come hang out with us on my magic carpet. I'm still like a kid. I always have to have a blanket down when I sit.
Your play mat.
My play mat, yes. So here, this one's easier to read.
Oh, it's so... Ew.
What?
It's just wet.
What, the can?
Yes.
Yeah, well, it just came out of the fridge. They're cold.
That was so gross. It felt slimy. It just slid right out of my hand.
Cheetos or Doritos? Oh, well, I love Cheetos, but Doritos do come in some really good flavors, so that's a toughie.
That was gross.
I'd probably have to go with Doritos, only because I love Cheetos, but I hate my fingers being orange.
All day. I hate Doritos. I hate that. The smell of it makes me sick.
This one's easier to read because it's yellow. It's got an easier background.
Actually, not really.
Well, this...
Okay, whatever.
Trust me, it is. I was looking.
Water world. 70% of Earth is covered with water. You got bottled water from mountains, glaciers, virgin springs, tropical islands, and the Arctic. There's mineralized, fortified, ionized, electrified, pH balanced, triple filtered, and straight out of the city tap.
Pause. And we also know from the unique drink guru there's black water. Continue.
What's the point? You got to hydrate every day, so you might as well enjoy a boost while you're at it. Monster Hydro, non-carbonated, lightly sweetened with natural flavors to make it thirst-quenching and easy drinking. We added just enough of that monster magic to get you fired up. The container is cool too. Just don't call it water.
There you go. So Evie picked these up. I was so excited now. Manic. What's the difference between Manic and Maniac? Is it two N's?
Maniac is M-A-N-I-A-C, I think.
So this is Manic Melon.
Yeah, Manic Melon.
Why would I want to be manic? That's like depressing.
Mean green. No, you can be manic, happy as well.
I guess
so. Manic just means extreme.
Now, I like this one. I always like this one because it reminded me of the Gatorade. But just because it says mean green now, I love it even more because it says green. Anything that says green, I'm always stoked about. But I guess in the style of the unique drink guru, we would always go over the sugar content, and there's 23 grams.
Which is the same amount as any other regular.
When you guys see the unique drink guru videos, you'll understand. It's a character that I do. So go back and enjoy. I always like to do it in a very, I always keep it very family friendly. So I know kids will like it. It's a very family friendly show, except maybe the episode with the guns. But anyway, that's not so bad. It's just a.
They also want to know when you're going to play Fortnite.
When am I going to play some Fortnite? I'll play some Fortnite soon enough, Braden. The container is cool, though.
David Beach. Here he goes. So slimy. It came right out of her hand. That's what she said.
Hi, Shelly. How are you? Good to see everybody. Let's see. Non-carbonated, lightly sweetened.
And it says hydrate the beast.
Hydrate the beast. Manufactured for Monster Energy Company. 1 Monster Way, Corona, California. Monster Way. Caffeine from all sources. 125 milligrams per bottle. Consume responsibly. Consume responsibly. Not recommended for children, people sensitive to caffeine, pregnant women, and or women who are nursing. Interesting enough, there's still a 5% deposit, and it's not a can. Look, that's California for you. They're getting you a 5-cent deposit on the can, and it's not a can. So they're getting you on the 5 cents of aluminum up here, and it's probably not even 5 cents worth of aluminum. That's hilarious. Oh, California, you're so wily. That's funny. They're making you pay a deposit on the top. That's funny. All right. Well, I'm not going to say the Unique Drink Guru's line because I'm not the Unique Drink Guru.
Hold on, I want to take a picture.
So, oh yeah. So if you want to hear the line that would normally come before a Unique Drink Guru tries the drink, you're going to have to go watch the video for the catchphrase. But it's still, I'm really excited to try these. Plus, it's an energy drink, and I love energy drinks. They get me pumped up for life, Sega. Oh, that's badass.
That really came out well.
You're going to have to share that with, oh, and that caught in the camera.
No. That's
the
live stream.
That would have
right
been
now.
beast. I thought that was on the TV. That was awesome.
No, that's the live stream right now.
Oh, you should, wish you could screen Snapchat that for me.
Screenshot.
Yeah, that one.
There you go.
Cool, and send me that one. Or both. Whatever. Tag me or something. Boop. Like that. That's going to go on the Unique Drink Guru's webpage. So, for me, for those who know Instagram, the Unique Drink Guru uses Instagram. But we're going to try the drinks so I can get them going, see how they taste. Very excited. Oh boy. L'chaim. Oh. Yep, smells like Gatorade. That's beast mode, dude. I'll get it for you, honey. Don't break a nail.
Oh.
That's good, guys. I'll tell you what. Damn it. That's got a good flavor. No bueno. Try this one. It tastes like watermelon. I like that.
I don't like either of them.
Beast mode. I get both. They're good. Yeah, I like this one.
It tasted like watered down
Gatorade.
Kool-Aid.
Tastes like watered down Gatorade to me, and it's perfect. Good job,
like
Monster.
A Powerade.
Good job, Monster.
And I like
full, it's so delicious.
I like full flavor.
I can feel it dancing on my tongue.
Ugh.
Yeah, that's energy in a bottle that California charges you a 5-cent deposit on, and Hawaii. That's funny. That's good stuff. That's good stuff.
That was so gross.
What if we mix them and make it even deal? That's not bad. That was good. I like those.
Nope.
Not a fan?
Nope. Not at all.
But at least
I'm a fan of the can.
Well, I'll save those because those are pretty cool.
But I'm not.
We'll wash them out and we'll save them. We should fill them back up with highlighter.
Yeah, it is like watered down Gatorade. And I like the regular Gatorade. I don't want it watered down. It just doesn't taste right.
I must say, though, this is one of the closest something to tasting like real watermelon for artificial watermelon.
Yeah, I think that's why I didn't like it. I like my watermelon with salt.
Put a little salt in it.
Ew, no.
You know what's really interesting though is, like I said, I don't like usually drinking or eating anything that's watermelon artificial flavored or banana because I never get it right.
Mm-hmm.
But this is actually the closest thing I've ever found to actually tasting like watermelon. So they got the drops of the chemicals right this time. There's a scientist in the lab, and he's like, I've finally done it. I've gotten the taste of the watermelon. He's German, by the way. I've gotten the taste of the watermelon flavor finally mastered. And where will I sell it? And Monster, are you interested, yeah?
Oh.
And they said yes. He was like, wunderbar, yeah. Because I have isolated the exact drippity droppities of the, what are the stuffs in it? The drippity droppities of the filtered water, the sugar, and the glucose, yeah. The taurine, the potassium for preservatives, caffeine, naturally, of course. The estragon, it was a vital ingredient for getting it right. It was right on the dot. The red 40 dye for the color because it looks so wonderful, yeah. But yeah, so then he made it right, and they bought it, and it worked out well for him. So good for them. Good for Monster. Orange Snow in a can. I think they're cool. So if you guys are definitely looking for a drink, I will say this, it's a little more hydrating feeling. Like, I don't think I need to pound it as much as like the carbonated one to get the refreshing feeling. It's very, it's very good. Very good. But, yeah. Yeah, so there I was being awesome as usual. The properties of the droppities. Exactly. I like it. The properties of the droppities. And the droppities, I have gotten the properties of the droppities down to a science, yeah. I go 1 drop here, yeah. Not too much, because if you add too quickly, it will ruin the mixture, yeah. And droppity, drop. Like this. You're not laughing. It's orange snow in a can. I don't understand orange snow in a can. I don't understand what that means. Do you know how you catch a unique drink? Unique up on them. That's right. That's how you catch a unique kitty. Unique up on it. Yellow snow. It's yellow snow in a can. Oh, there we go. Oh, yellow snow. But there you go. I don't know. I guess it's not quite the right color of pee. If someone's peeing this color, they're badly dehydrated. Right, if you were down in Australia pissing like this, mate, you'd be in a right bad time. Might need a beer. That's something in the army you don't realize people do in the military. We used to talk about the color of our pee a lot. More than people really should, I think. But it was like, dude, I'm pissing clear. Hydration achieved. Kind of good at picking up M&Ms. Work chopsticks. Huh. With chopsticks. Oh, you're good at picking up M&Ms with chopsticks. I've never tried picking up M&Ms with chopsticks. That could be fun. That could be interesting to do. Picking up M&Ms with chopsticks. Well, what about... Well, I was going to go to Skittles because that's M&M's arch rival, clearly. Does anybody else think like that? That Skittles are the evil M&M, and that if there was going to be a war between candies, it would be M&M's versus Skittles. It just seemed like that to me always. I did it once, and I'll never be able to do it. You've never tried Skittles? Taste the rainbow. I was in Afghanistan, and I was just sitting in a guard tower, and I went, whoosh, and I caught a fly between my fingers. Completely random. Never be able to do it again. Just the fact that I happened to do it was just amazing. And you should have seen the Afghani sitting there with his mouth. I was whoosh, just caught it between my fingers. It was crazy. Crazy. You could see it. Dude, I was just as amazed. I was like, holy shit, dude. It was one time. I'll never be able to do it again. Completely random. Maybe it was just because there was a lot of flies that might have been the case, but either way, it happened once and very cool. Hello, Greg. Greg, you're here. Look, dude, new energy drinks, new Monster energy drinks. I've been trying them. They're delicious. You got to try one. They're good. Look, I have two. one for each hand. Look at that, dude. So they're high. They're non-carbonated, so they're delicious, and they're like really hydrating, very hydrating. Somehow, I don't know how they're supposed to be hydrating, but it says they are. That's right. You know, you got to hit the watermelon, but you got to keep it green. Yeah, Monster. People don't know I used to drink 5 Monsters a day in Iraq, and it was out of necessity. My roommate snored a lot, and I didn't get a lot of sleep. So I had to stay up to do my job. In Afghanistan, I didn't have as many energy drinks, but I got Rippets. I could drink Rippets, and I used to trade my work for immediate work. If you want me here to fix your power, I need Rippets. Give me some Rippets. Always needed Rippets. So yeah, drink a lot of energy drinks. Probably gonna kill me someday, most likely, but that's okay. At least I'll be awake for it. That's funny. That's a little dark humor, but it's funny. It's funny. Need I remind you? You saw nothing. Nothing. Say that could have been anything. Okay. Now. Hello, Kristen. What about cookies? What about cookies? Who doesn't love cookies? You want some cookies? I'm a big cookie person. I do love cookies, but they have to be very specific cookies. I'm gonna be all right. I'm gonna make it. I'm gonna be all right. I'm gonna tell you the best cookies in the world is sugar cookies, but I make them homemade. I love baking my own cookies because here's what I do. I have a recipe that my grandma had, and I've been making it since I was a kid. So I use a lot of that recipe to make the sugar cookies. I like to roll it out, cut them into shapes and everything. And while they're baking, you got to get your powdered sugar together, and you make a color. And you got to paint the sugar cookies, and they taste the best that way. Way better than any store-bought. I've had store-bought sugar cookies, and they're garbage. They're garbage compared to my sugar cookies. Garbage. And I've got cookie cutters that my mom gave me from when I was a child. Now, what we used to do with the cookie cutters, I guess I'll tell you guys, because this is kind of cool. I always liked that we did this as a family when I was a kid. Every Christmas Eve, my brother used to be very sick when he was a kid. Very, very sick. He was born without an immune system. So every little cold made him sick. And they used this new experimental drug and were able to finally build him up an immune system later on in life. So because he was so sick when he was a kid, really young, and he was in and out of the hospital all the time, and he spent a couple Christmases in the hospital, we thought it would be nice that if at Christmas time, my whole family would get together and we would bake sugar cookies, big old tons of sugar cookies, roll them out, cut them, cook them, color them with the icing that we would make, homemade icing, little powdered sugar and everything. And we would take them to the hospitals on post, whatever base we were nearby. And pass them out to the kids and their families who were sitting there. But Dad also used to have this wooden box he made. It was a wooden box, like about yay big. And he had a puppet raccoon that he would put in there, and he had wrapped the box in Christmas wrapping paper. And he had taken a plastic cup, and he cut the cup in half, and he had it glued up against the side of the box. He would put candy canes all inside the cup. And then he would wear this black glove on one hand with a long jacket because it's winter out, and the glove would cover his hand. But what he did was he took the other glove and he had stuffed it with padding or whatever and glued it to the bottom of the box. And then he had his hand that would go under the box and up into the puppet. But it looked like that the hand was holding the box. And that was his puppet on a raccoon. The puppet's name was Homer. And Dad would have Homer, and Homer would pull out candy canes and give them to the kids, and the kids would scratch Homer, and Dad would do the puppet things, and we would pass out sugar cookies to the kids at the hospital and the family waiting there. We used to do that all the time, every year for Christmas. So that's where I got these cookie cutters from, and my mom found them, and she was like, "Would you like these?" And I was like, "Are you kidding? Absolutely, I want these." they're just a part of my childhood that I remember so well, and they're really cool ones. And I've got some Halloween ones, and there's apples and Santa Claus and a bat and stuff like that. But they're just really cool old cookie cutters, and I love them to death. So yeah. I used to love doing that too. Dad still has Homer. Dad still has Homer. In fact, sometime I plan to do an episode of the Unique Drink Guru with my dad, and he's gonna wear his Papa Gandhi shirt. So I'm very excited about that. That was my nickname for my dad, was Papa Gandhi. He was always kind of just chilling out. My dad was a really chill person, so Papa Gandhi made sense to me. So I got him a t-shirt one year and it says it and he still has it. And it's like, that t-shirt's got to be like 18 years old. But we're going to do an episode with him. And I don't know when that's going to be out. That was going to be the final episode of the Unique Drink Guru someday. And I still have a drink from when we were going to do his. It's probably expired by now. But I think the Unique Drink Guru is going to return. I still love doing it. I'm still doing. I'm just not specifically syncing the drinks out all at once. But yeah, why not? I love the idea of the Unique Drink Guru. It's so much fun of a show to do. It's been enjoyable. If you guys haven't seen the series, go back. They're very kid friendly. So if you have the family around, you want to watch something as a family, check out the Unique Drink Guru. The kids will love it. Very family friendly show. That was the whole point. That was what I thought my YouTube channel was going to be from the very start, was the Unique Drink Guru. But I kind of got fizzled out on it because it just wasn't getting what I thought with how well it was going to do. Now, those who watched it loved it. Brad used to watch it all the time. He would tune into every episode just to see the drinks. And sometimes I would specifically get drinks that were absolutely horribly disgusting on purpose. And if I got a drink I knew that was going to be good, I purposely tried to buy one that I knew going to be bad or I wasn't going to enjoy, so that there was always a kind of reaction. I would ask, if you do decide to watch the Unique Drink Guru, do not watch the compilation video first. Watch each individual one. There's a little more stuff to it than you'll be able to get. I started adding the drink names and where I got them from, so you'll be able to find the website for where all the drinks are if you want to try them and order them yourself. You haven't watched them all yet? Well, that's fine. That's fine, and I know there's a lot of episodes. There's 33 or so episodes of the Unique Drink Guru. There's a special dedication to, it's back. It's coming back, Brad. We're going to bring the Unique Drink Guru back. Evie, your cousin, inspired me to. Vladdy has been bothering me to do it. You've been talking about bringing it back, and we found 2 new Monster Energy drinks today. Evie found 2 new Monster Energy drinks today, and she bought them she was like, well, let's try them. You know, I know you love energy drinks, and everyone's been saying so much about the Unique Drink Guru, and I heard a little bit about it. So yeah. So we're going to bring it back. And these are 2 great drinks. Now, I didn't do my line, and Brad knows the line. When I went to go open the drinks, Brad knows, the Unique Drink Guru, and I have my line. But I'm not going to say it for these because this isn't a Unique Drink Guru. It's just coming back. It is going to be coming back. I'm going to do it again because I love the Unique Drink Guru. It was one of my passions on YouTube. It's why it's where I thought my channel would go. I built a lot around that, and it didn't work. But I think that now it'll work. I think there's a little more that we can do with it. I'm starting to learn more on YouTube, and we've got a great crowd that I think will help support with it now. So I think we can bring it back and get it jump started. Kind of very Trailer Park Boy-ish, But we're hoping. I'm gonna give it another shot because I love it. I still been buying drinks and try weird drinks all the time. So t-shirts, yeah, we've sold a few. We sold. Ann bought one. Zach bought one. There's another order, but I don't know who it's for. So the t-shirts are they're still moving slowly, but that's fine. We'll just keep chugging. So hopefully everybody's getting their t-shirts and enjoying. Hello, Ian. How are you, sir? By the way, hello, David, Ann, Greg, David, Brad, of course, Joe, who, of course, a horse is a horse, of course. I want to say hello to everybody. So if I just get ranting, I apologize. Yeah. And Brad's selling some t-shirts too as well, I would imagine. Brad sells some awesome t-shirts. So Brad, if you want to post your link for your t-shirts, you're more than welcome to, buddy. You're more than welcome to throw them up there. Any of my moderators are more than welcome to. If you guys want to post something for a link for something, you guys are more than welcome to. You guys know you have, I support my moderators 100%. 100%. Let's see if we can blow a smoke ring just for fun. Oh, I loved Brad's pirate video. I loved Brad's pirate video. Now, Brad and I have talked. Oh, good. Yes, Greg, if you want to post your link for your t-shirts, please feel free to go for it, buddy. Because t-shirts, man, help out more than you guys understand. T-shirts are a great way to just get out there, a little bit of advertisement too as well. It's a wonderful idea, but I like the idea of I think it's better than a super chat, because I understand you with the super chat, you're being very generous, and who doesn't love them? But with a t-shirt, it shows support and functionality. So you're getting more than just a support out of it. Plus, I'm going to get all the pictures of people when they get their stuff together, and I want to make a little slideshow video of you guys with your t-shirts and your hoodies. I think it'll make an interesting video. Big thanks video out to everybody who buys them, but I need to get a few more of those together. So I've got one. I know Anne's getting hers. Hopefully the person who ever bought the other one will send me a picture and let me know, because I have no idea who you are. But I think it's great. I think it's functional, because everybody needs t-shirts or hoodies. You got to have a shirt and a hoodie. It's going to get cold and you're going to need a shirt. So at least it's support with functionality. And I like anything that can do two things at once is definitely worth it. That's why I like the things. Never go for a 1-for-1 bang. Always try to get 2-for-1, because then you're up. That's even how I play my Clash Royale. If I can get one character to kill 2, I'm doing good. And it's when you start amassing, that's when you can start winning. I love Clash of Royale. It's so much fun. And you know what? It's nice. It's good advertising. Absolutely. Hopefully people will see it and they'll wonder what it is. And you've got a sinkhole in the backyard. Don't think sinkhole. Think pre-dug garden. That's how I'd like to look at it. So that's cool. That's not good, Ann. Send me a picture. I'd love to see. So silver lining. We got storms coming in. We're expecting storms all week. I knew there were storms coming in because my shoulder has been killing me. About an hour ago, I was like, Evie, is it supposed to rain? And she's like, yeah, it's supposed to rain for like all week. And I'm like, yeah, my shoulder is killing me. And I rolled my sleeve up and I could see the bone pushing up. And I'm like, oh, that's why, the pressure. So it's been bad today. It's another reason I wanted to go live, was to try to distract myself a little bit. Is it just perspective? Stop it, Brad. Never eat gum you find on the streets. Oh, Brad. Don't tell me how to do my job. You know what? I almost want to go do it. Too generous, Brad. Why don't you just get a t-shirt, man? I'd have given you a big code. You could have gotten Brad, if you want a t-shirt, dude, let me know and I'll give you the code to get you like 50% off. So it's based like nothing. I won't take anything. Just get the shipping covered. Take back your $20. Cancel it. Hold on. Let me cancel this. Let me cancel Brad's super chat. How do I cancel his super chat? I can't. How do I cancel it? There's got to be a way. Yeah, if I clicked on that, never eat gum. Can I delete it from there? No. It won't let me get rid of it. I was going to say, just go get a t-shirt, Brad. Go get a t-shirt, man. I'll give you the code so if you want a bigger code, take it back, dude. Take it back. Take it back and I'll get you the code. No, you don't. You don't owe me nothing. I owe you, if anything. You've been a huge supporter since we were nobodies on YouTube. Since we were just in the hundreds. Lower than hundreds. I think I barely had 120 when I met you. 120 subscribers, and probably 20 of them or 40 of them were friends. Oh, David. Ian, you have a great day. Thanks for stopping in, bud. You take it easy, man. Well, no. Well, in the YouTube sense, I knew Brad's videos were going to be great when he was doing his skateboarding videos because I enjoyed watching those. Thank you, Anne. But yeah, I was still trying to find my notch in YouTube. I wasn't sure where I was going to go. It was very directionless. And while, what the heck? And while my YouTube channel may now look like it got like chaos, I have order to it. There's order to my chaos. As before in YouTube, I had no order. The Unique Drink Guru was the first one to give me a direction. The Beast episode was good. Oh, yeah. Were you snorting when I did the breakfast stuff, breakfast beast mode? I liked that one. I thought that one would do good, but I got to rename that one because I don't think it doesn't describe very well what it does. And it was, if you guys haven't seen it, basically I wanted to do, I called it the Power Man series. And I did one and it was stupid. Oh, it's for the staple. Oh, no, you didn't have to. I did 2 at the end. That was cool for you. I did 2 for the staple in the tongue. That wasn't that bad. I'm not going to lie to you guys. It hurt, but it didn't hurt a lot. Because I know I was using a little bit of what I know about the human anatomy, and the tongue is the fastest healing part of the body. So I knew that it would heal almost immediately. And it did. The cheek also heals very quickly. I think that's the 3rd fastest healing part of the body. Jiggy's got his Jiggy merch. Check out Jiggy's Jiggy merch. Teespring has been a great website. I was very fortunate to find them and use them. Well, good. That was hopefully what it was. A little cringe-worthy video. But one second. Let me turn the lighting up in here. It's getting dark. Ow, the storm. There we go. Was it cringeworthy? Well, I don't know. I don't know that it was cringeworthy, but I knew that it would heal quickly. It is a great starter site. It gets everything going right away, and it helps you. It really has. They have a great team there, so Teespring has been a great start. Winceworthy. There you go. It was Winceworthy. Oh, man, that's not working. Okay, we'll see in a second, Anne. Did you? Good for you, Jig. Thank you so much there, Joe. Will you take it easy, man? Shutterific. Well, like I said, it wasn't that bad. It's a little too tight. There we go. It wasn't that bad. It as soon as the staple came out, it almost healed up immediately. A little bit of blood. Done. No big deal. Oh, storm. Whew. Oh, well, I appreciate it, Cammy. Thank you for stopping in as always. Hi, y'all. Cammy. Cammy SS. So is that Super Sport? Like Cammy Super Sport because you're super sporty? Or it could be the other SS. Uh-oh. No, I'm just kidding. Of course, I'm joking. All right. Well, Joe is out of here. Peace, Jiggy. Peace, Joe. Have a good day, and hopefully you get home soon. You got to get a headset, man, so we can play some Fortnite together and talk. Like I said, just get one of those headphone cords that come with the cell phone that have the ear things. Works great for mine. That's what I use. Is Brad leaving? Brad out of here? Right, going to bed. Hold on. Right, I'm going to bed, so see you later, mate. Enjoy your money. Use it for some UDG drinks. Right, I will. I will take that, Brad, and I'm going to get some drinks just for Brad for the UDG to get everything going. Now, also do remember I'm going to be doing my 25-hour live stream, Bonanza. So that'll be coming very soon. You're hardly on Fortnite anymore? Oh, that's so sad. I've been playing it like cool, getting stuff done, making it happen, getting good. Getting good at Fortnite. Getting better. Getting better. Must say I'm getting better. But that's cool, man. Will you take it easy, Joe? Have a good rest of your day, good sir. And we'll see you. We'll see you later. I know you'll always finish up the stream. You're at let's see, where are you in the stream? 34 minutes. So pick up at 35 minutes. You're all set to go, bud. Is he gone yet? All right, he's gone. He's gone, guys. He hasn't seen this part yet. He knows nothing of this part. So, Joe, you're probably watching this part later, and you're like, oh, he's talking to me right now. Joe, yeah, I am, bud. You're not playing Fortnite. That sucks. That sucks. Let's see. Okay. So. We should play a game. What do you want to play? I spy with my little eye something translucent. That's very, very indescriptive. My can is translucent, somewhat. I'd say maybe transparent. Maybe I'm getting that wrong. Transparent, translucent. Yeah, this is translucent. You can kind of see through it. Okay, so I want to try the other one again. Now we'll try the watermelon one. Is there more sugar than one in the other? No, they're the same. They're absolutely the same. Yeah. You're hardly on Fortnite. The Thanos mode was interesting. They just updated. I had to check the update. I had mine running last night, put it down for the update, see how everything went. And did well. I imagine Vladdy would be on soon enough. And we're going to definitely do some Fortnite. Don't think I'm going to stream Fortnite. Haven't been doing a lot of streaming of Fortnite. Just wanted to hone my skills in a little more. I'm getting a lot better. A lot better. Getting full on energy drinks. I've equaled about one whole one now between the two. So I'm about at my capacity for energy drink until that goes away. So I need a little room before I put any more in. Plus, give it some time. You don't want to like pound energy drinks like crazy. I spread them out throughout the day. When I was in Iraq, though, it was I'd wake up to have one, go do PT, come back from PT, shower, get in my uniform, go outside to smoke a cigarette, and it was myself, Everett, and Stork. We would meet outside to have a dance party every morning. And then we'd have maybe an energy drink before guard mount. And then I'd have one about midway through shift, depending on what job I was doing, and then one to go to bed. All right, Jiggy, we take it easy, man. I'll probably swing by and hang out for a little bit at yours here in just a little bit, bro. You have a good stream, and we'll see you in a little bit. Bye, Greg. So, yeah, drinking, that'd be 1, 2, 3, 4. Maybe I had 2 on shift. Or when I get off shift, I'd have another one and then one for bed. Yeah. So that was it was 5 energy drinks a day, and that's why I sold Red Bull to pay for Monsters. I had a business going in Iraq. I had 2 businesses plus my job. So I was doing a delivery service on Tuesdays and Thursdays, and I sold Red Bull. I sold Red Bull. Buy a Red Bull for $2.50, sell it for $5, double your money. And that would cover 1 Red Bull. Selling 1 Red Bull would pay for 2 Monsters. So I would sell a case of Red Bull, which is $25, and I could buy 50 Monsters. That would last me 10 days. Yep. Got the job done, I guess. Got to drive a tank. That was pretty fun. Not everybody gets to say they did that. Got to shoot the 50 cal. Again, things that are a lot of fun. Not everybody's going to get to do. I think driving a tank is an experience everybody should get to enjoy. It's so much fun. 32 tons going 40 miles an hour. It's just an interesting sensation. I loved that tank. We named it Jenny. We had 3 Jennies. This is my tank. This Jenny. We took electrical tape and we put electrical tape on the top turret, and it said Jenny. Taped out Jenny one day. Everybody knew Jenny, and then eventually the name stuck, and it was Jenny 1, Jenny 2, and Jenny 3. And that's how we named them. And we knew it had caught on when Chief was like, all right, so Jenny 2 is over here at ECP 1. Jenny 2 is down. Jenny 3 is running. I hated Jenny 3. Jenny 1 was my baby, and Jenny 2 was okay, but Jenny 1 had some get up and go-go juice to her. And the whole point is that Sip and I were joking around in Iraq, and we were together in the, one of my jobs was I was the gunner and Sip was the driver. Sometimes I drove, and sometimes I had a different partner when Sip had his day off, and then I would drive and they would gun. There was one kid, I'm not going to say his name, but he was so short when they put him, Sip had the day off, so he was my gunner and I drove, but he was so little. He was a little guy. He couldn't turn the turret because we didn't have the crank for it. What you had to do was lean into the turret and then rotate your body to turn the gun. But he was so little, he couldn't do it. So what we did is when a drill or something happened, I drove the tank into the lane, parked it sideways. I would reach back with my arm and turn the turret for him and spin him so that he could face the direction he needed to shoot. That was funny. But I was good on that tank, man. Sip and I were the team on that one right there. And it was interesting enough is that we didn't have internal comms, and it was so loud in the tank from the engine that we developed a kick system. So I would kick Sip in the back because from the gunner's hatch, there was an open hatch to the access to the driver's compartment where Sip was. And because we couldn't communicate, I could reach through and kick him. And 1 kick meant something, 2 kicks, and 3 kicks. And it was later that I found out that during World War I, when tanks were first used, this is exactly the same system that tankers and their gunners developed because they couldn't hear each other. And yeah, it's very loud in a tank. Very, very loud. And the sound bounces around a lot, so you don't hear a whole lot. So yeah, I could yell at Sip, what, dude? I didn't hear you. What'd you say? But yeah, 1 kick was go back. 2 was stop. 1 kick was stop. 2 was go back. And 3 was hold for orders or something like that. 3 was I'm getting radio comms, stop, I don't know what they want. I'm listening to new commands. And 3 we rarely used. 1 was a very important one. Stop, just stop. That usually meant stop, 2 kicks, yeah, go back. Or stop, we're not needed, or stop, change position. So, hello, Mike. Well, who doesn't want a tank, buddy? Who doesn't want a tank, White Mike? It was fun. If you guys ever want to see a picture of the one I drove, it was you can look it up online. It's an M113A2 model. They're not like an Abrams tank. They were APCs, but they were tracked vehicles. They don't use the levers anymore. They had a yoke, and you had a transmission for pivot steer, which we could spin it 360. It's very bad for the treads to do that, and you shouldn't do that in gravel because when you do it in gravel, you run the risk of throwing a track and I've had to replace tracks, and it sucks. It sucks replacing tank tracks. Very lengthy process. Very lengthy. But I like gunning. I liked being on top, and I liked being in the gunner. There was one time we were getting mortared, and Sip and I were in the APC. And we were in our position to cover where they had already blown a hole in our fence with a mortar. So we were sitting our tank in the hole to fill the hole till they fixed the hole. And the mortar started coming in. So Sip and I sealed ourselves inside the tank, closed off his tank hatch, locked that down. I closed the back hatch, locked that down, and I just kind of held my gun, and they had a periscope for us. So I could duck down, and I was holding the periscope with one hand, and that's how I would check for anything. And we just kind of sealed ourselves in there, and I sat down in there, and we just kind of chilled for like 3 hours waiting for the mortars to stop because they were dropping them pretty steady for a while. And we just stayed in there. And then when they gave us that it was all good to go, we popped back out. Like, oh, fresh air. It got really hot in there. Really hot. Dying, dude. There was no AC in there, no fan, no nothing. Just baking in the Iraqi sun in a tank. It felt like it was an oven. It was probably like 160 degrees in there. Sweating like a pig. That was hot. That was probably the hottest I've ever been. Coincidentally enough, though, it did have a heater, and that worked. In the winter, that was nice because then it turned into a freezer. And boy, it got cold. Then it got really cold. In the winter, it did get cold. And it snowed there. That was one of the first years that had snowed in Iraq in like 75 years. And my interpreters had never seen snow before. They'd heard about it. Their grandfathers had told them about snow once, but they'd never seen it. And then all of a sudden, I'm there and it snows. And it snowed like an inch. I went to PT and it was raining. I was like, oh, this is some cold rain. And we came out of PT, it was snow. And they made a little snowman. It was only about this tall. But they made a snowman. I figured Vladdy would be there. There's Vladdy. So yeah. Yeah, the 10 times in Iraq were fun. I enjoyed it. I could have stayed there. I asked to stay longer. I would have stayed as long as they wanted me there. I enjoyed it. The same with Afghanistan. I asked if I could transfer units and stay with the unit that was there just to keep working. And they actually tried to consider it, and they said, no, there's no paperwork. We would see about transferring you to loan you out to this unit. And they were trying to do the paperwork because I wanted to stay in Afghanistan. And they said no. They said no. Tried to do the same thing in Iraq. They wouldn't let me stay. I had the option to re-enlist and go to Kuwait. But I was like, well, that would be nice and all. But I wouldn't get to do a whole lot of my job because I would just be doing like processing and stuff like that, processing soldiers in and out. And I was like, that's not really my cup of tea. It would have been nice to be able to get out and go visit the area because once you're stationed in Kuwait, you're allowed to go off base and check things out. That's your like up there. Oh, well, thank you very much. That would have been nice to be able to have gone out. Ah, that hurt. I should have done that. I reached back with the wrong arm. Held it up too long. It's been killing me today, guys. That's been hurting, just causing tons and tons of pain in the shoulder. No bueno. I reached back too far with my right arm. You guys have seen. That's from the Afghanistan thing. And it's this bone right here. You can't see it because they fixed it, sort of. But this protrudes out right there. This used to be able to drop both these fingers down into a slot right into here, just right between my arm. Now there's a piece of there's wire in my arm and a washer. This is actually a washer, and it flipped upside down, so it protrudes. And that's a metal washer. It's supposed to be the other way, flat against the bone, and it's not. It's riding at like an arch. So yeah, so I can't really move my arm as much. And when storms come in, I feel it a whole lot in my shoulder. I know when it's going to rain because my arm starts hurting. And we are surrounded by little storms right now. No, it's called an AC separation. So what happened is there's a tendon that goes from here, and it attaches to your clavicle, and it's your buffer spring between where it stretches and moves. Well, mine ripped and tore completely. So what happened was the clavicle was released and it separated. So my clavicle was sticking up and the arm was doing its thing in the socket. But what happened was they did the 3 surgeries to try to fix it. Didn't work, but they wound up fracturing the clavicle, which gave way. When it gave way, it released the tension from the washer. The washer then flipped over from the tension release and is now sitting upside down. So, yeah. So now they use my back muscles are attached to my arm. My arm isn't attached to my body. Skeletally, my arm is non-skeletally attached to my body. There's nothing that holds this arm to my skeleton other than my back muscles. So yeah, that's why it hurts. And like when they tell you, that's why they tell you when they're like, don't lift with your knees, not with your back. I can't with my right arm. It's all my back. So what winds up happening is all the muscles back in my lower back here are getting overworked whenever I use my arm. So I can't use that arm as much because then it starts causing tons of back pain. So if you're looking at me, you can see that my shoulders go square and then this one just kind of slants down. And that's because there's nothing holding it up. It's supposed to sit kind of like, I guess like that is where it's supposed to be. Yeah, like right about there, but it doesn't. It sits low. Yeah. Well, I can do that, but that causes, from wearing gear so long too, you already have lower back strain from wearing like 85 pounds of body armor for so long. So it's a big combination of this with this on top of this and this and this and the beating though, and then carrying heavy gear for years. It's a total beat down on the body to be in the military. And it's like it was described to me as your body was used like an athlete's. You were an athlete, just no different than a football player, baseball player. Your body's able to do extreme stuff, and you put it through extreme workouts, just like any physical athlete would do. And that's why they send soldiers to athletic medicine, because it's exactly what it is. I mean, think about it. If you really think about all of it, if you really think about the stuff that I used to do, I used to pull 2,000-pound generators on 500-pound trailers by hand on rocks. That's crazy. The huge loads being try carrying a huge load and then run for 5 miles. That's extreme. Like, so I see long distance runners, I can run for days, especially when there's no load. But then like we walked 13 miles. It was a 15K. So we walked 13 miles with a 50-pound ruck plus body armor. So you're wearing something like, oh, maybe it's probably more than a 50-pound ruck, probably a 70-pound ruck when you think about it. It was all our gear, all the stuff from the field. So probably looking at about 180 pounds of gear. And then you walk, you end up walking some 13 miles with that. And then the whole point of that exercise, though, was that we walked 37 miles and then we stopped. Joe probably remembers this, the Nick at Night. You remember Nick at Night, Joe. And you walk with all your gear. Then they have you shed all your gear and just your body armor and your weapon. And this is to simulate walking to a fight. And then you would go fight. And then you pick your gear back up. And then you go march another 7 miles. And this would simulate what you would do is how you would march to a position, assault a position, drop your gear, you leave your gear, you go assault a position, you come back, get your gear, and carry on. Excuse me. Shouldn't have pinched my nose on it. I hate that I do that. They do it the same in police training. Do they? Do they? I did not know that. Yeah, the Nick at Night, they shoot the guns over our heads. It was live rounds, and everyone was freaking out. I was like, dude, I looked up, while I was crawling, I looked up at the bullets, and I'm like, yo, they're like 15 feet over our head. We're good. No, there's other training where they shoot very close over your head, but that wasn't an issue. But they were setting off C4 mines and stuff like that and blowing up stuff in the ground and setting off the pits. Joe remembers all of these. This is all part of training, all part of your Army training. And that was I actually enjoyed that bit. That was a lot of fun. They fired flares, and they told us when you see the flares, you stop crawling, because that's what an enemy would do at night. Was they would fire a flare and they look for the movement, they shoot the movement. So what you do is when the flare goes up, we would all stop moving, and then you'd hear the machine guns going off, and they were firing 50 cals over our heads, 50 cal and the 240 Bravo. And they would just over our heads. The flare would go out, and then you just keep crawling more. And then there was a C4 pits. They had all these little C4 pits everywhere, and randomly one would go off, boom, and then you just keep crawling, and you're going under barbed wire, and there's mud and water, and you're cold, and you're crawling through. Another flare goes off. They start shooting over your head again. It was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun. I don't know. To me, that was just a lot of fun at the time. I remember one kid froze up, and he was like right in my path. There's barbed wire over my head. I can't go left or right. This kid is just like scared. I'm like, come on, dude. Had to start pushing him. Oh, dude, it was a lot of fun. He froze up because he was scared of the C4. Some kids just freeze and they lock up. They just can't. They can't. But like what you do is technically in a situation like that, it would be life or limb. I don't want to stop moving. So I just kind of started pushing him along. And then he finally got his little nerve back and started crawling again. Like, that's all it is. Just keep moving, dude. You don't want to sit still, because then you become an easy target. So he froze up, and I was like, this is just training, and he's freezing up. That's terrible. Poor kid. But it was a ton of fun. Basic training was a lot of fun. Bayonet training was a lot of fun. They gave you your rifle with the weapon on the end, or the knife on the end, and you're going up to targets. You're stabbing them like crazy. It was a lot of fun. A lot of fun. You run to the next one. That was a lot of fun too. Poor kid. I'll never forget this one kid started, I guess, having an asthma attack during that. And people were stopping to help. And I'm like, you know what, guys, I understand you're trying to be good friends and help this kid out, but this is what this process is for. So I just kept going. This process was to weed out people who can't handle it. And while it's good that they stopped to help him, there's a process for that. And the idea was, I think he wound up leaving, and we didn't see any more of him. So he got recycled out, got sent home. And that happened. We had a starting basic training of about, I'd say, 40 or 50. So there's 200 of us. I'd say by the time basic was over, 175 of us graduated. And then when you get to AIT, the numbers dwindle down. He couldn't. You can get waivers. At the time, they were very desperate for people, so they would take waivers. But if you had a flare-up, they could remove you because you weren't capable of getting past it, some people. So I think he was a little bit there were ways to get in and get past certain things at the time, because they needed bodies in the military. There's like a tattoo rule that they used to have, and they waived that so people with tattoos could get in, because again, they needed bodies with guns. That's what they needed. So they were willing to take a lot of people anyway. I didn't have to get any waivers. I thought it was absolutely cool. When I went to go do my processing through the military, you know, I'm going in with a large group of people and everything like that. And we're moving as a unit so that no one's getting ahead of each other. It's kind of like a flow. If you were going processing in, a couple are moving out to the next station. So we all get to this one station finally where it's waivers. It's all the things people need waivers for. You know, you have tattoos, you have a medical problem, you've been arrested, DUIs. At the time, they used to not take that. So you would need a special permission from somebody to be able to talk with you. Yes, okay, I understand the situation. I'll write something on your behalf. We'll push that through, and that'll get you in. And that can be done right there on the spot, but it takes time. And they were just filling the chairs up. And they said, okay, do you need a waiver? No. No waivers whatsoever. They didn't say anything about waivers to me. Okay, go over there. GEDs used to be something. Do I still go shooting? Once in a while. Yeah, I still go shooting, keep my skills up. It's difficult. I've had to adjust how I fire my M4 because I can't put it in the pocket of my shoulder anymore. So I've kind of been starting to learn to use my kind of like right here. And I do a nice little tuck. It still feels very comfortable for me. So I kind of just put it right into here now is where I'm shooting from. So it's a little more uncomfortable, but I'm learning to adjust. Pistols aren't a problem, still no. But yeah, I still go shooting. Yeah. Anywho. So when we got to the training portion of it and they said no waivers, I got to skip the line. And because I was the first one with no waivers, I got to the part where I signed my packet. So once I did that, I moved on to the next station. I was getting ahead of everybody because everybody was waiting for waivers, and I finished first. I had to sit there for so many hours just waiting. But it was good. Oh, very cool. Shooting's fun. It's a sport. It's very stress relieving. Just go out, shoot a few cans. I like precision. I like to do precision shooting and long distance shooting just because it tests my skills. That's all I really enjoy is the test of the skills. How I know I'm capable with the M4's barrels are a little shorter. So long distance shots get a little more difficult, but I used to shoot at 500 meters, 550. 500 meters is a quarter mile. So that's not so bad. That's pretty good. I think that's decent. That's Marine level shooting. We call that ARM, Advanced Rifleman Shooting. I learned advanced positions for shooting. I learned the basic 3 positions for every soldier, and then I learned the 4 other advanced shooting positions. So got to shoot with those, and I did really well. My favorite advanced shooting position was the sit-down position, just like I'm doing now, kind of just sitting, and you shoot from the sit-down. And then we had to be able to shoot, stand up, and sit back down and shoot. And I was able to do that on target. So really good. That was a lot of fun. It sucked to have to waste a weekend, but it was really good training to get to be able to go do. So I was very thankful and grateful for that training. And it's just a fun skill. Just a fun skill to have. Not very useful in real world society, but I think it's fun to have. I kind of like video games. They're not very useful really in society, but they're fun to play and a good way to get talking. You know, gun people are really nice people. They generally are. You go to the range, you don't meet anybody disrespectful on the range. I've never met anybody disrespectful on the range. Well, guys, I'm going to go ahead and get out of here. It's been our hour. Our time is coming to an end. I want to thank everybody who was stopping by and hanging out. Big thanks to Brad for a very large super chat donation he didn't have to do. Thank you, sir. We're going to put that right towards Unique Drinks. And I do have a great video coming up with Sip here soon. We got to get a hold of him and figure out when we're booking his ticket so we can come down and shoot that one. We know we're going to be shooting it, I think, end of June, mid-July, or beginning of July. So it's going to be a really fun video. You guys are going to love it. You're going to see the inspiration clearly behind it. And, of course, the Unique Drink Guru is going to be returning. We'll do some Fortnite videos soon. Lots of things in the work. So we've got some great ideas coming up very soon. Going to be a lot of fun. I think I'm very excited for what's coming up this summer's in videos, putting some ideas together, finally being able to have YouTube sponsor itself. Well, you guys have been a big contributor as well. I can't say enough to that. Thank you for that. But YouTube's ads have been helping out with I'll make a little bit of revenue to make better videos and come up with interesting ideas. Quality, I still I have an interesting quality idea, but I like the way I shoot and the angles and the ideas and how raw. It's just a different kind of style for me, and I like it. And it's apparently starting, you guys like it, and I appreciate it. So thank you so much to everybody who stopped by and hung out with us on the stream. Go check out the Unique Drink Guru if you haven't seen videos, any of the videos before. For those who are watching it, like Ann, who's been working her way through my YouTube channel from the beginning, probably through something like 500 videos now. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Jacob Turpin, I appreciate you stopping in. Fortunately, buddy, we're getting ready to wrap it up here, man. So I'm doing very well. Hopefully you can go back, watch the rest of the stream, start over, or go check out the rest of the Unique Drink Guru. Big thanks to Monster, who came out with this new Hydro-Mean Green energy drink, and to their Hydro Manic Melon. That's very cool. So these new energy drinks, really good, really hydrating, very fresh. Hopefully you guys can go out, pick one up, and enjoy one. So thank you so much to everybody again for stopping by. You guys have yourself a great day, and thank you for wasting some of your life with me. You guys take it easy. We'll see you